Hey there, are you tired of making forehand return errors and you can't quite figure out why you're missing the shot? There's also a good chance you're making the same error on your forehand. We're going to solve it right now for you. My name is Jeff Salzenstein. I'm the founder of Tennis Evolution, one of the leading online tennis instruction websites in the world. We are passionate about helping players get the details, get the information that the highest level players in the world know that you might not know. And so it's my mission to provide that education that you might not be able to find elsewhere. Now, let's get into this video. We're going to talk about the forehand return. Before we do, make sure that if you enjoy this video, you give us a thumbs up, you smash that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and make sure your notifications are turned on so that you can be updated on all of our releases at Tennis Evolution. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal a big payoff tip that's going to make a huge difference for you when it comes to your forehand return. So you're going to want to stick around for the entire video. Let's watch this point in play. This player on the near side hits the serve, and the return is simply dumped down into the net. So now we've got to roll the tape back. And remember, in tennis, the serve and the return are the most important shots. So if you're dumping returns in the net, you're dramatically impacting your ability to play high-level tennis. You've got to get more solid on your returns. Players are not spending enough time on their returns, and I want you to start putting it into your practice schedule with the right concepts. So, excuse me. So the thing that I want to go over first is the technique. Then we're going to go over the footwork, and finally we're going to go over targets. Okay, so it's like a 1-2-3 formula. All right, so this player right here, when he makes his first move, you can see his arm doesn't really pull across his body that much. It could pull across a little bit more. Also, his racket actually could go back a little bit further. I know people say, hey, have a short backswing on the return, but in this case, I believe he could let the arm go back a little bit more, be a little more relaxed. But here's where things break down. That right there is the follow-through. So I'm a big proponent of great finishes. Let's see where the highest the racket goes. Right there is the highest place that it goes. So it looks like his hand is just below or at chin level. That hand has to go much higher, and it must finish higher. His racket goes down at the end. And it's this type of swing that I see from committed, passionate players from the 3-5 to the 4-0 level. They make this mistake over and over again, and it causes balls to go down in the net, especially when you get tight. Now, when I played on the tour, when my arm got really heavy and I was swinging at forehands, I would finish low and the ball would dump in the net. So I can relate to this issue. So the fix is actually to focus on finishing higher and over the shoulder. This arm never goes out over the shoulder, or hand never goes over the shoulder. Big reason why this ball dumps into the middle of the net. Now, the next tip I want to show you is related to footwork. So the player does a pretty good job of loading. He could load a little bit more. And then after he hits the ball, notice how he shifts his weight to this foot over here. So he goes from the right foot to the left foot. But here's the problem. He needs to relax this back leg, this right foot a little more, and even bend it a little bit more. His legs are just way too stiff. So there's nothing fluid about this movement. Even though the footwork pattern is technically correct, going from the right foot to the left foot, he's got to bend this right foot or right leg to have it relax more. Way too much tension. And finally, the last tip that I want to give you is aim. So you can see where this ball goes. It goes in the middle of the net right here. Now, the aim is pretty good, but I would like to see, if he's going to miss this, I'd like to see it a little bit more over towards the middle, because the aim should be to this player's backhand in this part of the court. If he hits it in the net here, the ball is going to go right here. Player's going to have a forehand on the first shot. We want to give her a backhand on the first shot until she proves that her backhand's way better than her forehand. So play this ball over more in this direction instead of straight through the middle of the court. That will make a huge difference when you get that target down, you get that aim down. So step 1, finish higher. Step 2, use the back to front footwork pattern, but make sure that back leg bends after making contact. And number 3, get that ball over to the ad side of the court to the backhand. We call this area of the court the cage, the ad cage right here, because you're caging the opponent by hitting it right back to them. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. We gave you some powerful tips to help you with your forehand return. You can also use these tips to help you with your forehand ground stroke. Now, make sure again that if you enjoyed this video, you give us a thumbs up, ask any comments or questions below, make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notifications. Before we go today, we want to offer you a free course. That's right, a free course. All you have to do is click the link in the description below and you can get a free course inside the Tennis Evolution app. It's like having a coach in your pocket. You can take these lessons on the court, on the go, anywhere you want to go, and it's so easy to access these lessons to get better and to improve. And also, if you click somewhere in this video, we have a serve return myths, some serve return myths tips to help you. In fact, we have 3 of them. So if you click the button or the link somewhere in this video, you'll be able to learn more about how you can improve your forehand return. This is one of the most overlooked shots in tennis, and I want you to improve it right now. We'll see you at the next video, and thanks for your time today.